Hey, what is going on, Scatterbrains? Thank you so much for coming back to another episode of Brilliancy. My name is Travis, and today we are back again to review SWV Xscape, the Queens of R&B. Last week I couldn't remember if the V was in there or not, but it's the. And I feel like at somewhere I saw that they dropped the SWV and Xscape part, and it was just the Queens of R&B. So I might just start titling my reviews the Queens of R&B. Season 1, Episode 2. This episode was called Pray on It. I'm enjoying the show so far. You know, I gotta be honest, very, very messy. Very, very messy and very, very unfortunate. But I am enjoying the show. I am. I don't really feel like there's too much to talk about this episode, so we'll just kind of go through it, you know, one scene at a time. Last week, we ended with the Scott sisters of Xscape having a conversation with the mom, off the heels of the whole body shaming and you stole my money conversation, and we're picking that back up. If y'all remember last week, Latasha and Tamika's mom kicked the camera crew out the house as soon as Tamika started talking about Latasha and her husband Rocky stealing her royalty checks. Now, since the episode came out last week, people have started putting out their own videos. I don't know if y'all have seen them, but Tamika ended up uploading a video to her YouTube page, and I watched that. Candy has uploaded 2 videos to her YouTube page, and I watched one of them, and I was in the middle of watching another one. And I was like, well, let me go ahead and do my review now, because today's been just a productive day. I've been knocking out illustrations left and right. Side note, if you're looking for an illustrator who specializes in bringing melanin children to life, be sure to hit me up. Go check out my Instagram at Travis A. Thompson. Check out the Draw With Me video I just put down here and on Instagram and on Facebook. But yes, I'm still taking commissions for 2023. I have some open slots for the second quarter, so y'all just let me know if you're looking for an illustrator for your children's book or just an illustrator for any other reason. But I was like, let me go ahead and knock this out real quick. So at this point, they are outside because Mama Gloria and her wig has kicked everybody out the house as far as the camera crew is involved. But the thing is, they're all still mic'd. That's the beauty of a reality TV show, is they still have mics on and we're still picking up what they're saying. Also, let me say, side note, I'm aware this is a reality TV show. The purpose of this is to be entertaining. Does a reality TV show the full 100% truth? No. And if you don't know that at this point, then there's something wrong with you. And my wife is calling me. Hello? Hey. Okay. I had absolutely no clue where I was at. So Mama Gloria and her wig tells everybody to get out of the house. She tells everybody to get out of the house because Tamika brings up the fact that she says that Latasha and her husband Rocky stole her money. Excuse me. Now, the information that I got from Candy's video is that there is some company that kind of came around after Xscape had already been out. I think she said it was called Soundscape. And they worked on behalf of artists to help them collect royalties for when their song gets played, something along those lines. I guess every artist had to go in and sign up and verify and say where they wanted their checks to go to and all of that kind of stuff. And somehow or another, allegedly, it seems that Tamika was signed up for this by someone, and that person had her checks going to somewhere that was not Tamika's residence. And that's how we get to the point of saying, Latasha and her husband stole the money. Now, this information came from Tiny's mom. Tiny is another member of Xscape. Tiny's mom is, I guess, the one who found out about the website of the company, started the process and all of that kind of stuff, and is the one that found out that Tamika's stuff was going to, as she said, Latasha and her husband. Anyway, back to the video. Tamika is adamant that her mom knew that this money thing was an issue. Because it seemed like Mama Gloria and her wig were just like, that's not true, it didn't happen. Whereas Tamika says, you said that we don't know, we being Tamika and her mom, didn't know what Tasha and her husband might have been going through at that time, so maybe they needed the money. And Tamika feels like, I needed the money. I was pregnant and I had my oldest daughter was in college, so I needed the money. But in order to protect her sister, Tamika chose not to say anything. Tamika said in her video that she posted on her YouTube page that she had no plans of bringing this up. She said her husband didn't even know that this happened. She says whenever this happened, the the taxes that year were going crazy, because if it was like $30K, that definitely puts you in a different tax bracket, and it makes your tax liability higher. And her husband couldn't understand why their tax liability was so high, given that he didn't know anything about this money. And she says he did not find out about this until this episode aired. So I mean, that's her fault for keeping that information from her husband, because it's truly supposed to be, your spouse over everybody else. But that's how that goes. Moving on, this show really needs to be called Xscape with a little bit of SWV. SWV clearly has worked through their issues. They don't have a whole lot going on. I mean, it's good to see them on the show, but this show is mostly about Xscape and their issues. So it really needs to be called Xscape with SWV on the side. We see Coco with her son Jalen. We find out that she has 2 sons. One of them is what she calls an emo rapper. I don't really know what that means. When I was in high school, emo were the people that wore black, and they had black eyeshadow, and they wore spikes and platform heels and chains, and they just seemed, just sad. Emo, emotional. That's what emo means to me. I'm pretty sure in 2023, emo means something completely different. I'm not going to take my time to go find out what kind of music he makes. I have no more mental capacity for new artists in my brain. We go to the Candy Factory, which is Candy's building later, and the 3 current members, the 3 active members of Xscape meet there, which is Candy, Tiny, and Tamika. Tamika downloads them on everything that happened at Mama Gloria and her wig's house, and that's that. She even plays for them a voicemail, and y'all, I feel bad for the Scott family, but I really hope that this show helps them to get it together, because they got some deep rooted stuff they got to get through. But she plays the voicemail, and I didn't type up the voicemail verbatim, but I wrote down, somebody said she don't have enough God in her, and I believe that's what the mom told Tamika, that she doesn't have enough God in her. Something along those lines. And what I believe she was saying, because they didn't put subtitles on the TV, I don't think, was that if I hear about you jumping on your sister, nothing in the world is going to keep me from kicking your tail. This is what the mom is telling Tamika. And to me, that's problematic. I can totally see why Tamika feels ostracized just based off of what we see on the television. Because the thing is, no reality TV does not show you the full truth, but it shows you some of the truth. And you can't edit what you say out your own mouth. You can't edit how you come off. None of that was edited. We saw how her mom was taken up for Latasha. That was evident on television. And I believe Tamika. I truly believe Tamika. As far as that whole money being stolen thing, we'll talk about Rocky later on in the episode. But I believe Tamika. And it's very unfortunate. I think this is one of those scenes where it's like they're bouncing back and forth between the Candy Factory with the 3 the currently active members of Xscape, and Latasha and Rocky at their house. And they're kind of playing the conversations back and forth. And so that's kind of always hard to review, because you got 2 different things happening at the same time. But at Latasha's house, I guess they're celebrating their anniversary. She's talking to her husband, and he asks why his name always comes up. So Rocky doesn't seem to understand why his name comes up, but Rocky is controlling-ish. And this is all based off what I have seen on R&B Divas Atlanta and the Queens of R&B. Rocky has been consistently controlling of Latasha. I mean, I don't know what it is. I've heard people theorize that it has to do with maybe Latasha having low self-esteem back in the day because she was bigger, and here comes this man who was working with R. Kelly, who may have had a way to groom her, something like that. I mean, that's what they saying. That ain't me saying it. That's what they were saying. But it's not to say they weren't in love or anything. But he seems controlling. He seems controlling. And we'll circle back to that a little bit later. Latasha calls her sister aggressive and says it was like she was possessed. And I was like, man, we want reality, but at some point or another, you just want to watch kind of what you say about family, I guess, on television. But nothing to me, based off what we saw, led me to believe that Tamika was possessed with anything other than frustration that's deep-seated, that she was triggered and it was all coming out. That's what I saw. I didn't see somebody like possessed with some kind of demon, because I mean, what else could you be possessed with? Because she couldn't have been saying she was possessed with the Holy Ghost. We see Lily, who's a member of SWV, with her sister. We get some information about her family history, her being the youngest of 4 girls, I believe is what she said. And after her parents passed away, the oldest sister, I didn't write down her name, kind of took on a maternal role, and she's the cook of the family. Lily talks about how she had to share a twin-size bed, I believe, with one of her sisters. So when she finally got her first check from being at SWV, the first thing that she bought was a king-size mattress. Taj, the 3rd member of SWV, meets up with Tamika. They catch up to what happened at the house. Tamika breaks down, sad moment. All 4 members of Xscape meet up at Tiny's house. They're meeting to talk about management. It seems like everybody is not happy with the management that they had at that time. At some point or another, they tried to explain away how management was. Like, this person was the road manager, but now this person works for Latasha, and that was, you know, a part of the whole Las Vegas issue and why Tamika felt that she did. In Tamika's video on YouTube, one of her daughters was talking about Xscape had to be rushed off the stage because someone was shooting, and I guess in the midst of them trying to get into the trailer, they couldn't. One of Candy's video had the footage of them trying to get into the trailer, but in her video it didn't look like it was mass panic. It's just like, hey, we can't get in. But it did look like it was like a dire situation of, oh my gosh, there's a shooter on the loose and we need to, you know, it didn't seem that way. It just seemed like we can't get in our trailer. So it didn't seem like it was a super emergency. In one of the confessionals for Latasha, the producer is asking Latasha something about Tamika. Rocky, her husband, comes up and whispers in her ear. And the producer's like, what are you whispering to her? And he says what she needs to say. Latasha is gotta be 40s, close to 50. Is Rocky her manager now? Because I thought, was he her manager? I think he was her manager when they were on R&B Divas, but why are you telling a grown woman what she needs to say as if she can't think for herself? As long as Latasha has been in this music business, this is not her first time doing reality. She did a reality TV show on Bravo a couple years ago. What is it that she needs to say or doesn't need to say, and why are you the one telling her this? And you know, you can look at it from the standpoint of he just has her best interest at heart, but that along with all of the other stuff just makes it lean more toward the case that this man is controlling. The meeting that they had at Tiny's house, I mean, you know, it's uncomfortable. It's really just uncomfortable anytime Latasha comes on the screen and the rest of them are there. I'll just be honest with you. I'm starting to not like Latasha just based off this show. The demeanor she comes in with is very much like, why am I here? You know, and we know Latasha wants to go solo. Latasha has put out a gospel song at this point. I have not listened to it because I don't want to listen to Latasha sing by herself. It's just, the fact of the matter is, Xscape works as a group. They've all ventured off and done things on their own. But nobody really wants to hear them sing on their own. If they did, there would have been success that came with those efforts. Candy has put out plenty of songs. Plenty. Candy was in the studio later on in the scene singing one of her unreleased songs. It's something you like, and if you do to and I do be taking it, I'ma take my pennies on, I'ma stuff them in your eye, and don't you dare try to tell me that they are staying. Okay, hold on. Okay. That's not how the song goes. That's not how the song goes. That's the melody though. That's the melody goes. That's how the melody goes. But yeah. Oh, I make myself laugh. I really, really do. So anyway, they had that meeting. That meeting ain't mean nothing. Gosh, woo. We see Taj. She lives in Nashville now. Coco lives in Virginia Beach. I thought those two were still in New York, but no, they're in these different places because Taj married a man that played in NFL. I think he played for the Tennessee Titans, is what he said. And she only has a son, and we have a bonus son. They live in Nashville, and she loves it there. Shout out to Nashville. Where are we at in my notes? Tasha walked out the meeting because she said her and her sister need to talk. Yeah, blah blah blah. Same old. Coco, like I said, she's in Virginia Beach in a very regular looking home. There's nothing against that. I mean, the house looked like ours. The house looks like it was built by D.R. Horton. Very just regular house, which probably is paid off, which is the way you want to be. You don't need no big fancy house if you can't pay it off. She's there with her mom, Tiba. They never say how to say the mom's name, so I'm just assuming it's Tiba. That's what I'm going with. Tiba can sing, and I guess is getting ready to release music. Her son Jalen is there, and he at one point wanted to be a dentist, but now he wants to be a singer as well. He sang with his mama during the verses, but I don't remember what it sounds like. Tasha's at home later on. It's their anniversary. They talk about Tasha and Candy's issues. Tasha feels like Candy dislikes her, but she don't know why. Tasha alluded to Candy being the reason why Latasha's album didn't come out, because apparently like when Latasha got her solo deal, it got shelved, and then boom, Candy's came out, and she felt like Candy's the reason why Latasha didn't come out. And it's just like, no, it's just probably because nobody really is interested in hearing you sing, Latasha. Just like nobody's interested in Candy, and nobody's interested. Not to say songs are bad. It's just, I fly above. No, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Did I just delete all my notes? No, there it is. All right, so big thing is Latasha pretty much ends the episode with her meeting with Motown Gospel. There's been an opportunity for them to bring her on as an artist. And, she's very excited about this. She has been wanting to do something solo for a long time. And now she's going to venture off into gospel. They ask, how's this going to work with Xscape? Xscape does not know that she is there talking to them, which we know is going to be an issue. It's not that she needs to tell them that she's thinking about going solo or that she has this opportunity on the table. But given that you're in a group, might have been something that you wanted to tell people. I don't know. But more than anything, what distracted me about the whole scene is Rocky. Rocky's faces during the Motown meeting were just like, it was a lot. Like, Rocky kind of scared me a little bit. He's popping up on the screen and just scaring people like, whoop! And it's too much. It's too. The faces, they're too much. They're too much. But that's how the scene ends. We already know she gets signed by Motown Gospel. She put out some song. That's Latasha's thing. It's very. That's her thing. That's her signature. And as long as it brings people to Christ, that is all that matters. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, and hopefully that is what she's doing. I won't know because I'm not going to listen to it, but I hope y'all enjoy it. But yeah, that's it for this episode. I found out that the season is only 6 episodes long. So I'm like, whoo, and they talking about in their videos, there's more to come. There's more drama to come. And I'm just like, yikes. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this episode. It is clear that Latasha, I don't want to say Latasha's the problem, but Latasha's the problem. Maybe Rocky is the problem. I don't know. But y'all let me know what y'all think about it. I'm about to get back in and get back on these client illustrations, get this edited so I can get it up to y'all today. I hope y'all have a great day, have a great productive week, and check out my drawing videos that I just put up on YouTube. Check me out on Instagram at Travis A. Thompson, or you can hit up my website, thecivartgallery.com. Civart is just Travis backwards, all right? Y'all take it easy. Make sure you rate this video, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell notification, and I'll be seeing y'all soon. Peace.